Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are going to be building a home for a Civic Planner, which is a career that came with the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle. And I haven't really used this pack exclusively to build a home like this in Evergreen Harbour, so I thought that I would give it a shot. It's been a really long time. I've never done it on the channel, but I used to try, and I was never good at these container homes because they just ended up looking like a box and that's it. So I did try a little container section. You'll see right here in the orange. I'd have never used that orange swatch. Again, I was trying something a little different, and I thought it would go nicely with the sliding windows and doors that came with this pack. So I use a lot of Eco Lifestyle in this. If there's anything else that isn't from Eco Lifestyle, obviously I'll let you know. And I also tried to do kind of a Scandinavian like front entrance here with the little wall pieces coming out instead of it just being, straight flat up against, you know what I mean. I tried to do a little bit of a Scandinavian inspired entryway here, and there's also a little top front deck. It's just very, very small. There's also ends up being another deck off to the side where the container is, because I just thought it needed a little bit more like upstairs space, and I thought that was fine to just add it to the container section. But in here you'll see I'm starting to figure out the floor plan. So I knew that I wanted a little bathroom over in the corner there, and then after I added some lights, I kind of got an idea for the room shape. The very large container pretty much houses all of the maker stuff, so like the juice fizzer, flower arranging table, the candle making station, all of those things. Fabricator, I think I throw in there. A couple different things, little skill building items that you can use to either use up some of your harvestables and make your own goods and sell them, or to just be self-sustaining. Either way, however you would like to play it. But I thought that this would be a nice home for an eco-inspired sim to live. So I threw in these little doors here that are from Dream Home Decorator, and then over in the kitchen we have the base game, like kind of industrial style countertops. The table, dining room table, is from Eco Lifestyle, and it's kind of like wood pieced together, like they glued it together and then they just made a table out of it. Same thing with the chairs. They kind of look like IKEA chairs a little bit, but I thought that was a nice touch down in the dining space. And then up here I do end up fencing off the steps, and then I expose kind of the floor underneath it. So it's a very small upstairs hallway, but it does go to the upstairs bathroom and also to the main bedroom space, and also there's an upstairs chill zone, which you will see later. Here's all those things going in though, the candle making and the juice fizzing fabrication, all that stuff. And then I decided obviously we needed some solar panels, so I threw them up on the roof. I do end up changing them around a bunch, so you might see different variations of it throughout the build. I couldn't quite decide what kind of style I wanted to go with those. Plus they kept disappearing. You will have just seen they completely disappeared when I added some flooring so that I could add a proper roof piece. But that is the way it is. Also, the shingles are technically solar shingles that came with Eco Lifestyle, so they will also generate electricity. So you have double generating electricity on the roof, which is quite nice. I also end up adding a wind turbine at some point. I'm not sure if I do it yet or if I do that off camera, so I will mention it. I do add it to the top of the container later on. And then in here we're working on the floor plan for the upstairs. So basically it's just one bedroom up here, and then the rest of the space ends up being like a chill out zone, a music listening zone, maybe a little art section. I thought it was just kind of fun. Maybe she has a club that she belongs to, and they gather at different people's homes to do these activities like gardening or beekeeping or candle making, juice fizzing, whatever. Maybe they have their own little club, and that is kind of how they make their living, is they share their skills with other people. Maybe they trade and that kind of thing, and then they sell their goods at the flea market when it comes to town. So I thought that that was a nice idea. But here you'll see I'm making the upper deck area, and I use these windows from Desert Luxe in the half wall here to kind of make like a faux window, like maybe like an open air window. So it adds a little bit of privacy, but then there's some breathability breathability up here, because otherwise I think that being on top of a metal container might get a little bit hot. So thought maybe having a little bit of airflow up there might be nice. Also, these very interesting angled windows I decided to put right in the middle, so they kind of make an interesting shape downstairs on the container side. And then later on I will be adding a whole bunch of different landscaping and flowers. So I do surround this place with lots of greenery and flowers and all kinds of fun stuff for the pollinators, obviously. And then in the kitchen I use that long window that kind of has like the sliding piece and a lot of big windowsills, which I end up putting plants on, and you will see that very shortly. But right now I'm working on the staircase, and I wanted to add these these things that clip to the wall. They're like just little slats, and I kind of make a trellis out of them. I move them together in such a way that they kind of frame in themselves, and then I just delete the walls that are behind it so that all you see is the trellis. I've never seen that inside a home, but I think it looks really nice. And yes, I did play test this, and my sim could get up the stairs no problem. I also put some of these like wall of flowers behind the stairs, and also I think I repeat them upstairs to continue, because I thought that was a nice touch. Added some more greenery inside the home, and I was playing around with the swatches on all the windows for a really long time because I couldn't quite decide what I was going for, but I did decide kind of on this like peachy orange tone, kind of to go with the same orange that is on the shipping container part of the home. And I thought that was nice. I thought that was a good decision. And then here we just put a regular gray like stucco kind of on this side of the home. I'm going to add some floor trim all around the upper level, because I thought it needed a little bit more of that industrial touch from the shipping container to continue on. And then over here in the kitchen, we're adding base game, fridge, and then the appliances I believe are just base game as well. Same with these upper cabinets, they match the lower cabinets. And also I move around these cabinet pieces till they make sense, because at first I didn't like the way they were situated. I did raise them up one level with the 9 key, because I didn't like the default placement of them when they were at their lowest level. I thought it was a little bit too low still. I'm always very picky with my placement of the cabinets, because I always feel like they're either too low or too high, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm also a short person, so to me it doesn't make sense, but in real life I guess it doesn't really matter. So here we are adding some more of these windows with like the open air shade kind of windows. I thought it was nice to have one on either side, again for airflow and to keep everything very cohesive. And then I added the couch from Eco Lifestyle. It's kind of like a recycled couch, and then the tiny living TV console set, because it also has a bookshelf and music included with the TV. So I thought it was a nice like all around console. Maybe it's more energy efficient that way. And then I also add some of these lamps from Tiny Living, because I think they go really nicely with Eco Lifestyle. Those two packs pair pretty well in my opinion. And then we're adding some more plants here. I got this one from For Rent, and then I am adding some more stuff over here in front of the window. I knew that I wanted to add some curtains, but I didn't know which ones. At first I pulled out the one from Movie Hangout Stuff, the kind of drapey one, but I wasn't completely sold on that. So I do think I ended up changing my mind right about here, because I decided to put kind of a little like shoe rest and a little organizer thing underneath the window. So I use these little modular ones from high school years, and of course they were very off center if I used that curtain. So I had to get rid of the curtain sadly, but I use this one from Dream Home Decorator instead, because I like all the shapes in the pattern on that curtain. And then I think I end up changing the swatch on it as well. Added some shoes to that little organizer, and then this new pillow, one of these new reward items. I did have to move it with alt placement to get away from the wall, and then use tool mod to angle it a little bit. I didn't like how it was just sitting straight up on that little piece of on that little shelf thing. So I did use tool mod to adjust that ever so slightly. And then back in the kitchen, we are going to be adding some kitchen islands here. I wanted to put the sink in the island portion, and then next to it to add a dishwasher so that it would make a little bit more sense. I didn't want to take up too much countertop space, because I want your sim to have enough room to cook and maybe even cook with others. And you know, if you add a sink, it takes away one whole other tile of usable area. Plus I wanted a little tiny dinette section, so we have the island. And then I do end up adding some bar stools here as well. These stools are base game. They were from like a base game update, not terribly long ago, maybe like a year or so ago. And then I added some wall decorations, cutting board, and some knives from Cool Kitchen Stuff, as well as the spice organizer that goes next to the stove. Here's a little mortar and pestle from For Rent, and then also some base game utensils. Very simple. Didn't want to clutter up the counters too much. But over here, I do add some of these little seedlings from the Greenhouse Haven kit, and I decided to raise them up and try to make them look like they are in the window. Also, that little like propagation station planter with like the little beakers of the plants in them, I raised them up. And then I do have to use Tool Mod to adjust everything to get it to the right height. It was kind of a pain in the butt, but they do really work, and I like them in this window because for me it's like, oh, this is where she's keeping, you know, the seedlings that need to stay extra warm. This is like their little greenhouse area where they can stay and wait till they're ready to be planted. So I thought it made a lot of sense that she would have those in her kitchen. So we have more wallpapers going in from Eco Lifestyle. I like the plank wood with the cement on the bottom, so then I just continued with a cement and like a colored wallpaper on the bottom for the rest of the room. Just kind of very simple. Some more paintings on the wall from Dream Home Decorator. Of course, these leafy green, like nature inspired paintings. I just thought that was nice. And the rug from Horse Ranch works remarkably well in here. I think it brings all the colors together really nicely. Replacing the light with this industrial looking one from Eco Lifestyle just above the table, because I think a little bit more industrial style in here would do us some good. Adding another plant from Greenhouse Haven, and also the salt and pepper shakers that also came with the base game update. Probably longer ago than I remember, but not terribly long ago. And then I'm just using my little poles from the toddler room stuff to position the table so that I knew where the center of it was, and then I could use my alt placement. That's a very handy trick. Then here we have some more plants going in over here just next to the archway that goes to the container home. I wanted to fill this place with a lot of plants and make it look really homey and really like intentionally cluttered, not too terribly like busy for no reason. So here's some more plants going in, of course, on top of the TV cabinet, and also in the little nook, and then on top of the shelf where the books go, and then some records down below because this does play music. Maybe that's where her CDs are, and just a little bit more decoration. Then over here we use the new trash can that came with the rewards because I thought that it would look nice in here with all the wood tones, and then using Tool Mod to size up this curtain from Dream Home Decorator and then position it where it needed to go so it could just ever so slightly cover the window. So that is a very handy tool as well, the Tool Mod. And then here we are sizing down this little trio of plants, which also came with Eco Lifestyle, and then I just shoved them into the window. Had to make them ever so slightly smaller again because, again, they were just a little too big. I like that they don't create a huge horrible shadow though, like most other plants do when you size them down. So that impressed me very much, and I was happy I could use them in the window here. And I also add a little hanging plant, and this one is from Paranormal Stuff. So I found the position I wanted, but then as soon as I moved it, of course, you know, I had to do it over again. But using Tool Mod, I was able to get it to look like it was attached to the upper part of the window frame, and it was just hanging in the window, and I really enjoy that. Now, this light above the island is actually from Bloomin' Rooms as well, and I took 3 of the same light, and I just kind of angled them ever so slightly with alt placement and made my own little light fixture here because I thought that the green looked really nice, and obviously the black metal was very industrial. So I enjoyed that touch. And then we are working in the bathroom. It's very simple. I use the Tiny Living sink and toilet and then base game shower. Same thing with the mirror is from Tiny Living as well. Use Tool Mod to lower it down because for some reason it's enormously high. And then we add some base game tile to the walls and the floor. And I think I just kind of clutter it up with some plants and then my typical bathroom clutter stuff, as well as this new like towel table thing that came with the Riviera Retreat kit. I really like the wood tones in here, and I thought that it came together really nicely with all the different colors, like kind of the muted tans and beiges and then mixed in with the blues. Of course, I added a bunch of bathroom clutter stuff on top of that little table to make it look like it had a purpose, especially since there is a bathtub in here. Maybe she does have some bath salts and things that she likes to soak with. And some hanging towels right here. I know technically there are children's towels from Growing Together, but maybe she's very whimsical and just likes patterns and likes the sea, so she doesn't mind the dolphin pattern on the towels. And then over here we have a robe, of course. The window in the bathroom is from Snowy Escape, by the way, and it's very nice. It matches the wood tones of the Eco Lifestyle pack and the Tiny Living pack very well. And here I am just adding a bath mat in front of the shower. I used this one in a blue with kind of a leafy motif on it. Then over here, I realized that when I added the ladder, it kind of made the room like outdoor lighting instead of indoor lighting, which bothered me. So I decided I'd come back to that later, but I did add some wallpaper, just the wood paneling. And then upstairs, we're adding some windows here. I do end up getting rid of this island living bed, and instead I go with one from Eco Lifestyle, as well as the end tables, because I just wanted to keep it more so Eco Lifestyle than anything else. But Dream Home Decorator really goes well with this, as does Tiny Living. And I tried to pretty much stay with those as the main packs. Obviously, I used a bunch of kits, as you will have seen, because I can't help myself, but it's okay. And then back here we have a nice little like hedge fenced in area, which I will decorate later on. Here I am adding the rest of that wood paneling in here, and then I add a archway. I kind of closed off the ladder so that the interior lighting wouldn't be so weird and bothersome. I did not like that. I wanted it to be very bright because I assume you're going to be working in here. You want it to be brightly lit. And it was way too shadowy. But over here we have the fabrication station and the juice fizzing, and then over here we have the candle making. So I have a lovely little like standing cabinet with a bunch of stuff on it. I assume you can put your candles or your wax or whatever, your dyes, so that you can make your different candles on that. Also, these standing lights from Bloomin' Rooms, and the flower arranging table, because I thought it would be nice if she grows flowers. Maybe she makes flower arrangements to give as gifts or to help out with her other needs, like to fulfill her moods, or, you know, maybe it's kind of like essential oils in a way. And then here I moved it over to this side of the room because I just wanted it to be a little bit more even. I didn't want it to be too crowded in one spot. And then this grouping of rugs is from Laundry Day, and I really enjoy that. So I put that just in the middle of the room. And under the fabrication station, I thought a tarp from Outdoor Retreat might fit the bill for that, considering they tend to explode with paint on very, very, very random occasions. But we have a bookshelf and a little sitting chair over here because I thought having a little tiny spot to sit and read would be nice. And then just adjusting all the lights downstairs. Then we are back upstairs. Sorry for all the jumpiness. I was kind of all over the place with this build, but we're adding the wallpaper from For Rent in the bedroom, and same flooring from downstairs, also from Eco Lifestyle. The light in here is from Dream Home Decorator, that is on the end tables. And then I just add a base game dresser here in this blue tone because I thought it would look really nice in here, and the standing mirror from Jungle Adventure because I like the way that the wood tones match, and it looks very rustic and kind of thrifted, and I thought that would fit the bill for somebody who's trying to be more, you know, sustainable. She doesn't want to go out and buy a bunch of new stuff. So here's some poofs going in at the end of the bed. I do believe I end up getting rid of one of those poofs, and instead I put the decorative like basket of blankets or towels or something at the foot of the bed instead, because I thought that that was a little bit more realistic. Like, why would you have two poofs at the foot of the bed? Wouldn't you have like some laundry or something? And then I pulled out this awesome arch, which technically is like a debug or live edit arch, but I really enjoy it, so I decided to pull it out and use that as like my gate entryway instead of the typical gate. So, but then we, after that brief hiatus, are back in the room, and I added some curtains from Eco Lifestyle, and then this basket light for the ceiling, moving some things around. There's that basket of blankets and such you'll see over there in the corner. That ends up getting moved to the foot of the bed, but we are moving around some more stuff, adding some paintings and some wall decorations from Eco Lifestyle and Dream Home Decorator, just really cluttering it up, and another wall plant over here from Bloomin' Rooms. I think that that pairs nicely with the kind of cacti garden that's hanging on the wall that comes with Eco Lifestyle. And over on this side, I add some pictures of some flowers. Those are from Dream Home Decorator. I do end up rearranging that room a little bit because I moved the bedroom door to where those paintings are. So you will see that later on. But first, you're going to see I add a yoga mat and a meditation stool out here to the upper deck area because I thought that would be the perfect spot. And here's a nice little Zen tree that came with, I believe, Laundry Day, believe it or not. That is a hidden gem of Laundry Day, but it's really pretty. And then some string lights, of course, and also this basket light from Desert Luxe because I enjoy that, and it's very bohemian and it's very fun. And I did expand the deck a little bit more so that I could fit a bug box in between the vertical planters, which I thought would be very helpful, especially if your sim uses the composting toilet. If she upgrades the toilet to be a composting container, then she can compost, from the toilet and use it in her gardens to fertilize and such. I thought that made a lot of sense. So that's why I threw that in there. There's also a little garden box from Greenhouse Haven, which you actually can use to store things. So I thought that would be handy, maybe for storing extra seeds or such things. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't used it for that ever. It's just kind of decoration in all my builds, but you could definitely use it to do so. And then adding some more greenery to the front here, a lot of vines from Jungle Adventure, and also this Seasons metal awning right here below the bottom of the half wall, because I thought that added like a nice little touch and a little bit more of like a bump out without being too obnoxious. Now out here on this side porch, it's very, very small. So I did add some bamboo planters from Growing Together. I thought they'd look really, really nice right here on either side. And then I added these toddler room string lights on either side so that they kind of connected in the middle. And then these chairs are from For Rent, and I really enjoy the rattan pattern on those. So I thought that would be perfect for like outdoor chairs, plus a little crate and a candle on top. And then we're going to go back inside up here to the office/chill zone/art zone. Up here we have the Dream Home Decorator, kind of like interior decorating desk/table. That's where I put the laptop for her to do her work or any of her computer things. Also the record player that came with the new Party Essentials kit, because I thought that would be nice in here, and it's kind of vintage looking, so I enjoyed it very much. There's that door being rearranged ever so slightly. And then these beanbag chairs that came with High School Years, I thought would be nice to kind of arrange in a little circle with a little circular ottoman right in the middle. That was just kind of my inspiration. Like that's where they sit and chat and brainstorm different projects and different causes and what have you. So that's why I chose that. Also the coffee table, that is from High School Years as well. And then we have the wall mural that is up on the wall, and a tapestry on the other side, and a bunch of these lovely art drawings and records and just fun artsy kind of hippie stuff. I just thought it was fun to throw in here and really go all out with this chill zone kind of vibe. And then we have some painted canvases right there behind where the two easels are, because I thought that it would be nice that those were like works of art that they had been working on, and they were just not getting around to hanging them up yet, or maybe they're going to sell them at the flea market. I thought that was a good touch. Over here in the bathroom, I used pretty much all the same stuff, just a different shower and all the bathroom clutter stuff as I usually do, plus a painting from the Crystal Creation stuff pack, because I really like all the different colors of the gemstones, and who knows, maybe they are into crystals as well. So that could be another activity if you wanted to add that in here that they could participate in. They could find crystals and make jewelry and charge it up and sell it at the flea market or wear it for themselves. And again, it's like an essential oil. Maybe it just makes them feel better and they like it. So here's some stuff going more into the bathroom, some more towels. I wanted to keep it like a different selection than the downstairs bathroom. So we have towels, we have perfumes, we have lotions, we have toothpaste, and then of course a towel next to the shower and a bath mat from High School Years as well, because I thought it looked nice up here. And then I needed a light over in this painting section. It was just too dark, so I grabbed one from the Get to Work pack, and it's like a stage light kind of, but I think it lights up that corner really nicely. And as a rug underneath the computer desk, I used this one from High School Years. It's like pink with different like yellow stripes on it, and I thought that was an interesting touch. There's very colorful and very fun upstairs. It's very neutral downstairs and very fun and colorful upstairs. So I thought that was a good juxtaposition of things. And then down here, you'll see me working on more stuff. I'm just throwing in a whole bunch of landscaping. I went landscaping crazy. I used lots of different lavenders and flowers and stuff. But when I was playtesting, I did pull out a sim from the gallery, so I will put her information up on the screen right around here. You won't see her till the live mode footage and the screenshots, but she's super cute. And the only thing I changed on her was I added my CC lashes that I use, because I can't stand the EA eyelashes on my sims. So I use the Kijoku lashes and the remove EA eyelashes mod that comes separately on Kijoku's site, so it's very, very handy. Other than that, I kept pretty much all the outfits the same. I did change the makeup a little bit because it was a little too dark for me, but I really, really like her, and she did very nicely in this home. She has her outdoor laundry space over here as well, which I admit is a pain in the butt. And I also end up adding a laundry basket off camera. You will only see that in the screenshots, because I realized after I had the laundry set up and I was doing playtesting that there was clothing piles everywhere because I hadn't put in a actual laundry basket, and that was my own fault, but I did make it fit, so there is one up on the gallery now. And then here are some planters back here. These are from Eco Lifestyle. You can craft these. They're kind of hydroponic planters, so they water themselves essentially. And there's also a water collector and a bee box because I wanted them to have all of the things that they need to be sustainable and to water their plants, but to not, use up all the resources available to them. Maybe they want to harvest the rainwater or the dew. The dew collectors is what they're called, not water collectors. Technically, it's collecting dew, whatever that means. But here we have a bunch of different rock rugs, and these also came with the Riviera Retreat Kit, and I kind of tried to rotate them all as organically as possible. I did want to try my hand at using these because I always use those debug ones. Honestly, these were a lot of fun, but they kind of do end up looking a little samey if you use them all over the place. So I tried my best to make them just blend in nicely. I also continue them out the archway later on as well. But here you'll see I'm adding some dirt terrain paint to really blend this all together. I think it's really, really cool. By the way, those tall yellow flowers in the corner near the laundry line are from Romantic Garden Stuff. I think those are delphinium. They're really pretty. And they come in a lot of really bright colors. My favorite, obviously, is the yellow and white because it's a little bit more muted and you can use it in more locations, I think. It's not quite so crazy. But all of this terrain paint going in really helps to blend it in. And then I made some more flower boxes over here. I pretty much continue the same, formula, a lot of the lavender, although over here I do add the hydrangea bushes because I like them too, and I wanted a little bit of a difference on this side. I didn't want it to be too much the same. Also, these clumps of wildflowers, which I think may have been from Cats and Dogs Debug, but don't quote me on it. If you pause the video, you'll probably see where I pulled them from, but I think those are essential. And then, of course, we have some trash cans. So we have a plastic and paper recycling, and then a metal and other things recycling. I tried to lean into the recycling thing, even though they don't really work that way. But we have more lavender going in here in the front, and I'm throwing in a lot of different flower beds and trying to make it all flow together nicely. Also, these trees in the boxes that came with Eco Lifestyle, and I really like those. So I have one in the back next to the archway, and then I have two up here in the front, and then more of this lavender. You'll see a lot of this, but I really hope that you enjoyed this one, and I hope that you check out the creator who made my Playtester sim because she's really great. She has lots of different sims and lots on there, I believe, if I remember correctly, but it was a lot of fun making this. And also stay tuned because there is a little bit of live mode footage just for your viewing pleasure. So if you have not already, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps the channel out, and I want to continue making these for you. Obviously, I do have a job and I have kids, so I can only do what I can do, but I'm trying my best, especially since my kids are in school now. I have to work a little bit more, so it's been a little bit crazy, and we were sick for a while, and my computer was broken for a while, so it was getting fixed. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, so let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the new format without the fade between cuts, if you like the just straight to the next shot kind of thing, because I would love to hear your opinion on that. It would really help to know what you guys prefer seeing. Also, don't worry, there is a mailbox right here out front, just the base game mailbox, and I also added some outdoor lighting. These are solar lights, obviously, so I put them all around the build so that at night it would blend better together, and more of these stepstones just leading out to the sidewalk. And then I also add more garden beds on this side. Here you'll see just a little bit of the landscaping going in because it literally is just the same thing over and over, and I don't want to bore you too much. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I also add a whole bunch of more outdoor lights and also a second dew collector because one just didn't seem like enough. And that is pretty much it. Now we will see our Playtester sim, and she is just doing her laundry outside. There's the laundry basket. I put it outside for this case because I thought that made more sense and it was easier to work that way. And then she's hanging them up on the laundry line. She was able to get to everything just fine. I didn't have to move anything around, so I thought that it looked really, really cute. I love her outfit, which came with Eco Lifestyle, and her hairdo. It's just so cute. I love it so much. And then here she is over here working on the fabricating station. She's a little tired already because I had her working very, very hard to play test everything, but she fabricated a very nice rug after this, so put it in her inventory. It was a very successful day. I didn't get a chance to use the candle making station, but unfortunately there's only so much time in a day. Also making sure to feed the bugs and to nurture them and talk to her plants, because that's as one does. But here is the exterior of the home in live mode. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Again, please feel free to like and subscribe, tell your friends, let me know what you'd like to see in the future, because I'm always open to suggestions, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.